I'm joined now by Rose Grayston, who served as an advisor to the Housing Minister until last year and now works for the IPPR think tank, and the award-winning architect Peter Barber, who's worked on a number of social housing projects. Welcome to you both.
Hi.
Rose, is this Andy Burnham kind of going back on his promises? Are you worried about this, or is he still on track, roughly?
So definitely when Andy Burnham said that all of the social and affordable homes programme should be dedicated to social housing, that's definitely not what we've seen today, right? We've got 60%.
Did you believe him when he first said it?
I believe that that's his commitment, that that's what he wants to see, that that's the direction of travel. And that does really matter. So back in 2018, 11% of the affordable homes built in this country were for social rent, were properly affordable, income-pegged social rent homes. We're now going back to 60%. And that's not as much as it should be. It's not as much as it was in council housing's heyday, but it's a massive shift in the right direction. I want Andy Burnham to build on that. I don't want us to stop at 60%. I want to see where are we going to go next.
Right. So you are disappointed, a little bit.
I'm not disappointed because I trust that he is going to get us beyond 60%. Right. I do think he overpromised in saying we were going to get to 100% immediately, but let's not lose the ambition. We need to get there.
Peter, as an architect, where do you see the problems in what's been outlined by the government? I mean, again, he's rolled back a little bit, but he's still heading in that direction.
Well, I'm for social housing. I'm for proper social housing. In the aftermath of the Second World War, when this country was broke, we were building 150,000 a year. And that was, political parties of both complexions did that for year after year after year. If we could do it then, we should be doing it now.
And I mean, the will is there in government to do it. You know, the money may not be there, but the will is there. And the public will is there, isn't it?
Well, exactly. But if the money was there in 1945, when we were building, incidentally, a national health service at the same time, it's got to be there now. We're one of the richest countries in the world. London's one of the richest cities the world's ever seen. We have 400,000 homeless people in this country, and it's a disgrace. And we need to do something about it now. Housing is basic infrastructure. It's not commodity. It's not investment vehicle.
We need green spaces in our big cities, especially after a summer like this. You've got climate change, coming, getting worse all the time. How can we make sure that we're building affordable housing while at the same time not losing those green spaces?
Well, I'm for streets, and I think a lot of an earlier generation of architects were building kind of high-rise. I think we should be building street-based housing, and that they should have trees in them, and we should have parks as well. So I'm for sort of quite traditional forms of urbanism, which include parks. Where
do you think this housing should go?
I think it should go all over the country. Every single community in this country now needs social rent housing. There are no exceptions. It's not a London problem or a Manchester problem or a problem just of villages. It is everywhere. Private rents have been going up so quickly since the pandemic. There is no part of this country that doesn't need social homes. They'll look different in different places, I'm sure, but we need to find a way of making it work everywhere.
And of course, everyone knows that housing is a massive issue, and other political parties have weighed in with their solutions. So you've got, the Conservatives are saying social housing, but not for foreigners. And then you've got Reform saying no social housing for foreigners, including EU citizens. I mean, they're trying to solve the housing crisis by combining it with their culture wars. Yes or no? Rose?
Yes, I would say so. And it's worth noting that I think about 10% of social homes at the moment are not allocated to UK nationals. I think that's correct. So it really isn't going to solve the problem to move the deck chairs around and say these people can no longer go in social housing.
Because the political repercussions of kicking people out of homes they've been living in order to make room for, for British-born tenants, I mean, that will have massive political repercussions, won't it, Peter?
Well, it's a diversion. There are much more interesting things. I mean, there are 500,000 empty homes in this country, in depopulated areas in the north of England, houses that have been bought as just sort of investments and left empty. So there's some really important facts, and this nonsense about who gets it's kind of diversion, I think.
And if you're going to build housing on streets rather than in tower blocks, as we used to do in the 1950s, you presumably you need a lot more space to do that.
You don't. I mean, the tower block has space around it. Very often you've seen them, sort of weird patches of green space and things like that. Go down to Bayswater, go down to, go over to Paris. Street-based housing, 4, 5, 6 stories high. It's incredibly dense, and that's what we should be doing now.
Just very briefly, when do you expect to see results on this? And if you don't see them, what will your message be to the government?
I expect that we'll start seeing results from this really quickly. So the great thing about confirming this money, albeit not all of it going to social housing, is that councils and housing associations can start delivering. So people will start seeing homes in their communities by the next election, I would have thought.
We'll hold them to that. Rose Grayston, Peter Barber, thank you very much to both of you for coming.
Thank you very much.